Hello friends, in this webinar we'll discuss smart use of mathematics, and this webinar is organized by Dhole Patil College of Engineering, Wagholi. First of all, I am very grateful and thankful to our this Dhole Patil College of Engineering, Wagholi for inviting me to give talk on the smart use of mathematics. Now purposely I am choosing this topic, smart use of mathematics. I am saying this smart use because mathematician knowing lot of mathematics, but they are not using mathematics as they are. Means they have to use this mathematics in smart way, but they are not using this mathematics in smart way as the engineers. Engineers, they are using number of things, even though they are not knowing mathematics behind that, but they are taking help of other books or any mathematician, and they are building lot of technological knowledge in engineering. But even though we are knowing this mathematics, we are not using this mathematics as they are using. Therefore, this is my simple way to use and to help to carry our smart use of mathematics. Myself, Dr. Gajanan Nanorkar, Department of Mathematics, Rayat Shikshan Sanstha, Dharmveer Bhaurao Patil College, Wasi, Navi Mumbai, Autonomous. Here, purpose of this smart use of mathematics, that is the objective, is to develop mathematical thinking in modulation form, in college level student, in applied way, and to build research interest of mathematics in applied area. Here I am taking one example which is very familiar to all mathematicians, all students from BSc first year or engineering first year. They are knowing all these things very easily, they are using, but I am trying to modulate this in another way, and then we'll find something new thing from that equation. Here, every time in linear system model, this input is there and output is there. From input to output, we should have something system, and here I am taking linear system. By using this linear system, input whatever it may be, we have this input, we are converting into output. Here I am taking one differential equation model. Moreover, this is a linear one, and usually we are knowing that this is a second order linear differential equation. Every mathematician knowing this second order linear differential equation. And again we are knowing how to solve this linear differential equation, because we are very much familiar for this type of equation to solve this equation. Now again here we are taking this q of t as 0, then this becomes a homogeneous. Now what is solution? To find out solution of this equation, we are taking y is equal to cf plus pi. Cf means complementary function, pi means particular integral. But what is meaning of cf? We are finding cf, that means for this system, this is a differential equation model. For this differential equation model, the cf means this is the natural response of this system. This is our system, and this is natural response, or this is also called zero input response. This is the zero input response. Why we are saying that this is zero input response? Because when we are finding CO, all mathematicians, they are knowing, when we are finding CO, we are taking this term as a 0 directly, and because we are taking auxiliary equation, by using this auxiliary equation, we are taking this is as a homogeneous part. Therefore, this is zero input response. This is called natural response. And when we are considering pi part, we are not taking this left hand side part, only we are taking operators from this, and this is called forced response. This is called zero state response. In CF and PI, CF is called natural response and PI is called forced response. Means here, as per this is nothing but one type of force we are giving here, and this all these functions are nothing but we are forcing to our system to required output. again this is well known, auxiliary equation m square plus a1m plus a2, and from this second order differential equation we are getting a auxiliary equation. Moreover, this is the quadratic one, and again we are knowing that their roots are there, whether they are real and distinct, real and repeated, and complex one. If we are knowing, and then we are knowing here how to find out their CF. If suppose I am taking alpha and beta, these are the two roots, and then our CF becomes e raised to power alpha t and e raised to power beta t. Moreover, these two solutions are linearly independent. I mean, they forms a basis. They spans our set, given space. Now here these are the linear independent solution. This theory is there, but my purpose is to give this theory because of this CF and PI. This is nothing but our natural response, and this is our force response. From this natural and force response, when we will consider only natural response, then we are getting this as a spanning set. E raised to power alpha t and e raised to power beta t. This is the spanning set which spans whole space. This is here for this system, whole space, this spans. Now here particularly I will take one example. Moreover, this is a again second order linear differential equation. Particularly I am not taking here force response, only natural response I am taking, because this is a homogeneous one. This is a d2x by dt2 plus 6 dx by dt plus 5x. Now x of t, this is our input response, and will at time t we will find here output response x of t. Now to find out this solution for this equation, our quadratic equation is, auxiliary equation is m square plus 6m plus 5, and easily one can find their roots. Roots are -1 and -5. These are the roots. From these are the roots, these are the real and distinct roots. Therefore, we are getting CF as e raised to power minus 5t and e raised to power minus t. Now, from this, we are getting these are the two linearly independent solutions. That means the two are the linearly independent solution for this equation, and these are the linearly independent, and they spans our set. Therefore, they are nothing but basis for this. Now, what is basis? This is our solution, because we are knowing these are the distinct roots, and we are getting this solution. This solution is for natural response, because we are taking this right hand side. This is homogeneous. This is 0, and this is 0 input response. And from this 0 input response, we are getting solution as y is equal to, here this should be x is equal to a into e raised to power minus 5t plus b into e raised to power minus t, because this x is depending on independent variable t. Here instead of x, t should be here, which is a natural response for this system. Now here from this natural response of this system, these roots are very important. Again, we are getting basis sets. From this basis set, these roots are here e raised to power minus 5t and e raised to power minus t. We'll try to find graph of this. Separately, e raised to power minus t, we are knowing graph goes on decreasing, and e raised to power minus t, this graph is also goes on decreasing. Graph is goes on decreasing. Moreover, these are the two minus in sign. That's why for these two functions, two independent solution, both two independent solutions are in stable form, because this graph is not increasing as time goes on increasing. Time goes on increasing, this tending towards 0. Time goes on increasing, this tending towards 0. That means this shows stability. And this stability, again, if we will take superposition here, if we will take superposition, then also we are getting stability. Amplitude and here frequency goes on changing. And I will try to plot here graph of this. And moreover, to plot graph for our convenience, I will take here initial condition as x of 0 is equal to 0 and x dash of 0 is equal to 1. Using this initial condition, we will try to find out here values of these constants a and b. A is equal to minus 0.25. One can easily find here by putting these two initial conditions. We will get here a is equal to minus 0.25 and b is equal to 0.25, and this is our solution. This is our now particular solution by using these initial conditions. X is equal to 0.25 e raised to power minus t. Now separate graph of e raised to power minus t, separate graph of e raised to power t, both becomes stable. Moreover here minus in sign, and if we are taking superposition of this, we are getting this type of graph. Again this type of graph is again stable. This graph is again stable, and this graph is stable because of auxiliary equation having negative roots, minus sign, minus 5 and minus 1. That's why this graph is stable one. And this is our one mathematician easily they can write their solution up to this. But again here this graph here, this is our amplitude and depends on their frequency, and this graph goes on decreasing. It goes on decreasing at time tends to infinity, goes on decreasing. That means this is a stable one. That means this model is a stable model. And if model is stable, then easily we can build up anything, because output we are getting clearly. This is output. This output easily we are getting, and easily we can measure this output. If model is unstable, then we will not find easily our output. Now here, if I will try to convert our given problem 1 in matrix form, and then we will try to observe here. In last case, in differential equation model, we are getting our solution, but this is in stable form because minus 5 and minus 1 we are getting auxiliary equations, the roots of auxiliary equation, from that we are getting our solution. Now here in matrix form, I am taking x is equal to x1, x dot, this is derivative, is equal to x1 dot, which is equal to x2. From this equation 1 we can write here x2 is equal to minus 5x1. This equation 1 is here. This is our equation 1. This is our differential equation. By putting this substitution, we can write here x2 is equal to minus 5x1 dot minus 6x1, and this x1 dot is nothing but x2. Therefore, this is minus 5x2 minus 6x1. Therefore, I will write here this as x1 dot is equal to, this x1 dot is equal to 0x2 plus x1, and x2 dot is equal to, this x2 dot is equal to minus 5x2 minus 6x1. And from this I will try to write matrix as x1 dot x2 dot is equal to 0 1 minus 5 6 x1 x2. This is matrix form as x dot is equal to ax1. Means given differential equation model, I am converting into, moreover this given problem is linear, therefore again I am converting into linear one. This is linear model. Again I am converting, this is in matrix form. This is x dot is equal to ax. Now this A is our, this operator matrix A. Now if we will observe this matrix A, now again determinant of this matrix, we can find eigenvalues of this matrix and rest all these things. Now I will observe this A matrix, means we have same problem equation 1, we are knowing solution of equation 1. Now I am going towards next model, that is the matrix form. I am trying to convert this into matrix form by putting this substitution. Well, we are getting this matrix, and this is our A operator. This A operator is now 0 1 minus 5 minus 6. This is matrix operator. Now characteristic equation of this is determinant A minus lambda equal to 0, and solving this determinant will get again this characteristic equation for this matrix is lambda square plus 6 lambda plus 5. Same equation is arrived at the time of auxiliary equation. In last case auxiliary equation was there, and this equation was m square plus 6m plus 5, and same equation we are getting here. Again roots of this equation are lambda is equal to minus 5 minus 1, and these roots are nothing but eigenvalue. Means same linear differential equation model. At that time these are the roots for the auxiliary equation, and we are getting solution. Now here if we are converting this into matrix form, we are getting same equation, but this is characteristic equation, and roots of characteristic equation are the eigenvalues. Now we are getting eigenvalues is equal to lambda is equal to minus 5 and minus 1. Now from these eigenvalues, corresponding to these eigenvalues, lambda is equal to -5, we know how to find out eigenvector. V1 is equal to -1, 5, and for the eigenvector, for the eigenvalue lambda is equal to -1, we are getting V2 is equal to -1, 1. You can find this eigenvector, and you are knowing how to find out eigenvector. I am using this equation to find out eigenvector, and we are getting eigenvector corresponding to this lambda, means eigenvalue lambda is equal to -5 and lambda is equal to -1. For these two eigenvalues, we are getting V1 and V2. These are the two eigenvalues. Now these are the two eigenvectors. Now what is help of these two eigenvectors? What we have to do for these eigenvectors? Now for these two eigenvectors, V1 and V2, we are getting these two eigenvectors. These two eigenvectors are again linearly independent sets, V1 and V2. These are the two eigenvectors. Moreover, these are the two linearly independent sets. And in last case was, we are getting two linearly independent sets, e raised to power -5t and e raised to power -t. Here we are getting two linearly independent vectors. They forms a vector space. V1 and V2, again they forms a basis. Now here this basis is very useful and important because this spans whole space, two-dimensional space, this V1 and V2. Any vector we can write in the linear combination of these two vectors because they forms a basis. They are the spanning sets. Now what is the role of this basis? Here in graph I am taking here, this is the V1 and this is V2. V1 and V2, these are the two leading elements or lead vectors, leading elements, and by these two leading elements whole space spans. You can find here, for particular example I am taking this vector, and we can write this vector as 8/3 V1 plus -2/3 V2, means this is linear combination. Means here any vector in this space we can write here in linear combination of V1 and V2 because these forms a basis. Now here purpose of this basis is that this is very useful in big data analysis, because in nowadays this word we are hearing lot of times here, because big data analysis, and in big data analysis, if we are trying to convert this big data analysis into matrix form, and if we are getting a spanning set or basis from this, and from this basis this gives a leading to this whole space. This is our space, and this space represented by these two elements only, and we are getting these are the leading element. Even though if we have big data, to analyze the big data, and if we are converting this big data into in linear model form and in matrix form, from this matrix to find out eigenvalues, corresponding eigenvectors, and we are getting here spanning set, basis element, and this is very useful because this is a leading element. Rather than to check or to take remaining elements, only these two leading elements represent whole space, and now rest part becomes very easy to analyze, even though if we have big data. Now here in big data analysis we need such a type of basis element, and again here to synchro this or to reduce the length of this big data, if we are converting this big data, means this basis element, by using a Gram-Schmidt process, we will convert these element V1 and V2, these two vectors, in terms of W1 and W2. That means these are the two orthogonal vectors, and these two orthogonal vectors, moreover again in orthogonal vectors, again we can shrunk these two orthogonal vector by converting into orthonormalize, because we are knowing that if we are converting into normalize, then then easily we can write this equation in terms of their norms. Means we can write there, because norm is 1, always 1 here, W1 and W2, this norm is 1, and easily we will get here this data to analyze in big data analysis. In this mathematics is very important in big data analysis. Means here first model was our differential equation model, Same differential equation we are converted into matrix form, and we can try to analyze this big data analysis with the help of this basis form. Okay. Now again I will try to explain another module, that is Laplace transform form. Here this is our linear differential equation. In this linear differential equation, again to solve linear differential equation, to find CF, we are taking help of these initial conditions. Again here I am using same initial condition, because in Laplace transform we need initial condition. Now this is our differential equation. I am taking Laplace transform on both sides, and here using easily we are knowing this formula to find out Laplace transform of derivative form. Now this is our Laplace transform. I will put here this initial condition as per given our problem, and then we are getting this s of x of 0 is 0, that's why here x dash of 0 is 1. And if we are analyzing, if we are collecting this Laplace transform of x only, then we are getting here this is s square, this is 6s plus 5u, and this is minus 1. I am taking minus 1 to this side, and we are getting here s square plus 6s plus 5u into L of s is equal to 1. Now what is s? Again we are knowing that this s is nothing but sigma plus I omega. This is sigma plus I omega. I omega is now angular frequency, we are knowing that, and this sigma is also there. Now here s square plus sigma s plus 5u, and this is our Laplace L of x, Laplace transform this x, and here L of x is equal to 1 divided by s square plus 6s plus 5. Again, interesting thing is that in first module, in our differential equation form, auxiliary equation was there. This is m square plus 6m plus 5u. In second module, that is in matrix form, our characteristic equation to find eigenvalues, lambda square plus 6 lambda plus 5 was there, and in Laplace transform form we are getting s square plus 6s plus 5. Equation is same, but form goes on changing only, because of we are using our respect to system, linear system model. That's why we are getting s square plus 6s plus 5. Now here if we are finding their roots, then we are getting here s plus 5, s plus 1. Again here these roots show their singularities at the point. Moreover, this singularity is pole. This singularity as point s is equal to minus 5 and s is equal to minus 1. Now see here, if you are observing characteristic, in first case characteristic equation having solution as m is equal to minus 5 and minus 1. In second case, in matrix form, these solutions means eigenvalues are minus 1, 5 and minus 1, and in this form again we are getting their solution as s is equal to minus 5 and minus 1. These are the poles for this equation. Means even though if we are observing different model, basic idea is the same, and we are getting here is poles. Last time in matrix form these are the eigenvalues, and in differential equation form these are the roots of characteristic equation. All these are the same. Moreover, all these are the minus sign, and if all these are the minus sign, this shows stability. Here in Laplace transform again stability is defined in this way. If our poles tending towards minus infinity side, here minus 5 and minus 1, this system becomes more and more stable, and here this system is stable. And if this system is stable, we can use here Laplace transform, and we are knowing the difference between Laplace and Fourier transform. If system is unstable, then we will not apply Fourier transform on this. Now this is the stable one, we can apply Fourier as well as Laplace transform. And this is our observation in Laplace transform again. Means here if we are observing differential equation model, matrix model and Laplace transform model, idea is the same. We are getting eigenvalues or characteristic roots of characteristic equation or singularities here, and the singularity is minus 1 negative side. This means this shows stability. Now this is our observation, this is our conclusion. For any linear differential equation model, roots of characteristic equation Roots of characteristic equation means these are the frequency. These are the frequency decide their stability. Means if frequencies or roots of characteristic equations are negative, minus in sign, then this shows the stability of this system. In matrix model also, if our eigenvalues decide their stability, and here eigenvalues are in negative form. If eigenvalues are negative, then this shows stability. Corresponding to these eigenvalues, we are getting their eigenvectors, and these eigenvectors forms a basis, and this spans our whole space. If they are spanning whole space, then this becomes very easy to analyze our big data. And in the Laplace transform, technique, we are talking same thing in terms of only singularity, and singularities decide their stability. If singularity is tending towards negative side, means minus infinity, our system is more and more stable. Friends, my aim is to analyze only one equation, because we are familiar for this equation, linear differential equation model, and only I will try to explain this equation in different models, and by using this help of this equation, if you get some idea, and then this becomes very truthful or fruitful to this my video lecture. Therefore, once again, I will say thank you to Dhole Patil College of Engineering, Wagholi, for giving chance to express this my views. Okay, thank you.